Oh yeah, that's right. That's happening. What's up, guys, girls, and krellboins? And welcome to the Q&A. I made a series of 2 posts within the last 2 weeks, one being on the 1st and the other being on the 13th. It is currently the 16th, as of me recording this, roughly 72 hours after I made the last community post. And I'm just going to say I'm very surprised with how much engagement this actually got. The one thing I'm really questioning, though, is why people took a good minute to comment down something, but they couldn't take a quarter second to just tap the thumb up. I thought liking was the first thing people did on YouTube now. Is the meta switched or something? Before I really get into it, I have one person to shout out real quick. We have Cope. Posting this on April Fools is diabolical. I'm really glad people decided to believe me on this one. I genuinely did not read the date on my calendar or my phone. I had to personally respond to this one because I felt a little obligated to. So yeah, that comment got a little bit spoiled for me, but everything else I will be reacting to for the first time. However, I don't want to be just sitting in the backyard doing like the flag or something the whole time, so I'm going to get some proper gameplay going. Just go normal on any map. And we'll wait a good half hour for this to find us something good. I'm just going to scroll down to the bottom post on the comments, and we're starting off with a banger. Spork asks, why are you pushing 30? You are hilarious, you know that? Alright, our first actual question from Vanity. Half of it isn't really a question. Why'd you copy my character? We really just got the GOAT back before GTA 6. Also, I do have a few questions, but listing them all would probably be too much from one person. I'm not really setting a limit. You don't gotta limit your questions with me. I have a feeling I know the reason, but what caused you to quit the channel originally? I was hyper burnt out with making part 3, and after a bit, I just gave up because I hit an editor wall. A wall where I just couldn't find a way to make the content any good, and it really pissed me off for a certain while. So originally I was just going to take a quick break, come back to it a bit later, and I still hit the same wall. What made you stay away for over 2 years? A lot of terrible shit happened in 2024 on top of my writer's block, or whatever I'm calling it. Starting in May of that year, I had a tornado hit within a good mile of my house, which kind of gave me a bit of a scare. One of my friends got outed as a predator, which we didn't really do anything about at the time because he was in a bad place. In June, there was me getting catfished and hacked within the same 2-week period, which really did a number on me. I genuinely was hurt. And in July, the 13th specifically, if you remember what travesty happened that day, my high school friend that I've known since the 6th grade decided it was a good idea to commit treason. And my college level Discord server reported it to me at 2 in the morning the following day, and I genuinely just did not sleep for a good 48 hours after that. So yeah, 2024 was fun. Also, yeah, I'm not done. The 31st of July. My father broke his foot golfing, which I have no idea how is even possible. And August is the grand climax. My grandfather passed away on the 18th. And after that, I just decided to start my own new character arc. And starting on the 30th of that month, I started losing 100 pounds, because god damn it, I was a fat ass. And I didn't really stop doing that until June of the prior year, which was almost 10 months ago to the day. So yeah. A lot happened to make me stay away for 2 years. The only thing missing from that list is cancer, really. And what finally got you to come back to the channel? A few friends just got me motivated to come back again, and once I got past the writer block, I was speeding through part 3 like a bullet, 0 issues. In fact, I think I made part 3 even better by waiting. I know the video is probably gonna look like nothing for how long it took me to actually finish this damn thing, but I'm proud of it for how it is. Alright, finally moving on to the second comment from Party Hardy. If this is legit a comeback, I do in fact have a few questions. However, completely unrelated to anything you just said. You'd have to read the community post to see what he was talking about. Also, very fair assessment. You don't need to ask me anything YouTube related for a Q&A. It's completely fine. You say you are your own editor, so if you would rank your own content compared to other channels you watch, Would you place yourself in the top 5 or 10? I don't know why it took me a bit to read through that. That just gave me a brain fart legitimately for no reason. No, I would not put myself even in the top 30 of my subscriptions because compared to everyone else, I am absolute garbage. I mean, for Christ's sake, I use Share Factory Studio for YouTube. No one genuinely makes a success about that. The fact I even got close to 600 subscribers in 3 years is a miracle. Also, are you a fan of VTubers? I'd like to hear your top choices. I do have a list of VTubers, but I don't actively watch them every day. Numbers 1 and 2, by default, by a long shot, are Chibidoki and Mari Yume. Number 3 is Rev Says Desu, simply because I like how he just shits all over everyone's topics. He's more of a controversial pick for a VTuber, but I like him. Also, he's married, so W's to him automatically. Continuing on from the bronze medal, after that, we have Maikora, Pastaroni Ravioli, a new Vanos crew member, I believe, if I remember correctly, Vanamelon, Iron Mouse, and the last one, an honorary mention, I'd like to put in Kirsha. She's pretty funny, although I've never actually watched her, so I can't really form an actual opinion. It's entirely from secondhand viewing. Last question. What one-liner from any game you played in your past hits you differently after the first playthrough? I think Knack can answer that question for me. Roll the clip, future editing me.
Ice is nice.
If you say that line in modern day, you would probably get half of America dogpiling you, whereas it meant nothing in 2017, as in, hey, that rhymes. It doesn't really hit me differently because for the most regard, I still agree with the message, but it just hits differently in modern day for other people now. Alright, next up is from Jaden. I have not heard from you in a hot minute, although part 3 did have you in it. That was quite literally the last time I talked to you, which, please, come back, man. Holy shit, you're back. Where have you been? Where have you been? I've been here the whole time gaming. Next up is from Clash of Clans Addict. I don't think it's the other cock. This may be the news of the century. Also, I see people are listing multiple questions in their posts, so I'll do the same. Fair enough play. I should have been encouraging multiple question responses. The more questions, the more I can actually make out of this. Is there any game you wanted to play on YouTube but didn't have the time or right platform to support it? Oh, yes. Hollow Knight. Both the original and Silk Song. Pretty sure both of those games take roughly, 40 some hours on your average first playthrough, which I don't think I can stretch a series higher than 15 like I did with Ratchet and Clank. Most people just want like their hour-long things to get it done, and my editing software physically does not allow me to edit higher than 60 minutes, period. No ifs or buts. No fucking coconuts. Do you watch / support any indie creators / studios on YouTube? Yes. Vivzy Pop's Hell of a Boss series. I also noticed they have Hazbin Hotel out, finally. I haven't watched it, but I am considering... What was that lag spike again? Next up is Glitch Productions, no shadow of a doubt. They made the best 3 shows I know of. Gaslight District, Digital Circus, and Murder Drones in that order. From bronze to gold, not gold to bronze. Putting Gaslight District as number 1 after just a pile would be way too controversial of a take. They also had a channel before that, which I watched since I was literally like 10 years old, SMG4. That is a real callback to anyone who remembers the early days of that channel. Do you have any goals for YouTube or beyond it in real life? For YouTube, I guess getting monetized would be my only real goal. I don't expect to make it past like 10,000 subscribers, if that's even possible for me. Where am I gonna find like a whole sports arena's worth of people that actually enjoy what I make? And for real life, I don't know. I'm kind of torn between a lot of things right now. One's chemistry, one's astronomy, another one relates to physics in many different forms, but I also want to just maybe get hired by EA, like, off-rip, just so I can help save their company. Because them not making Garden Warfare 3 is probably the biggest mistake they'll ever make. Alright, next one is from DGOT67. Well, look who remembers their password. First thing I'd like to say, finish part 3. That is actually almost finished right now, actually. Hold on, I'm gonna die. Gotta, like, stop talking real quick. Yeah, anyways, part 3 is almost entirely done by now. The only thing I have to really do is do an updated intro and proper outro, because, like, I gotta credit everyone who's done that incredible series with me. Also, could you make more funny moments compilations like on Outlast Trials? Outlast Trials is a rated M game. I'm pretty sure we discussed this already in a voice channel last week. Almost like petrified of getting like striked for that. Or games that are fun to play with friends. I didn't read the last part, but I have a few that we actually got recently. Content warning. And I think a backseat gaming in a solo player game would be a new niche idea, similar to what Vanos is doing with Louis Caliber. Lastly, can you make more content in general? I'll try, but I can't guarantee anything too much from myself. It took me 6 weeks to finish part 2 back in 2023. You know the series. Voice crack, holy sh. Next question is also from DGOT. I think he just forgot he made the first post. Mr. My man, my goat, my legend. One Octothorpe Glazer. Notice you're back. There's so many errors in that sentence, it makes my brain want to just... Alright, first question. Will you play more friend slop? Generally have no clue what that term means, but I have a feeling it relates to the friend-based games you mentioned in your previous post. Yes, I am planning on it. I just don't really have enough people to record a 4-man video with. For now, at least. Number 2. Do you ever intended to finish part 3? Yes. Already discussed. Number 3. Will you ever give me my shoutout you promised 2 years ago? I would credit you if you actually uploaded to your channel. I do think people would care to have you mentioned in the description if you did post. Mainly because you might be the funniest other person in the group. Number 4, can you play more Roblox on the channel? I don't even think there's many games for me to play on Roblox that really fit my vibe. The only one I can think of are... Wait, did I skip over it? I did. I skipped over Vanity's 4th question. This one's off topic, but have you tried Forsaken? It's like really good. I had a feeling I skipped over something, but I just could not for the life of me remember what it was. It really just begs the question, what helps the brain remember that you forget, but you never actually remember what you forgot? Actually just baffles me. Sorry it took me so long to get back to you, Vanity. Yes, I actually have played Forsaken. It is pretty good, and I actually do have a clip of me winning a last man standing. I guess that's interesting. It's more of my main character. I just adore Cube Friend Elliot. Jizz Shapes and Beats is probably one of the best games I've played, but I don't think it'll be suitable for the channel because I still remember a bit too much of the story mode for it. Unless you're just down for just a random playlist. I would be hella washed though, so keep in mind for that. Alright, going back to DGOT's question. Number 5, have you considered any other playthroughs for the channel? Yes, I have considered like creative ideas, like a single player game like Poppy Playtime where I do with one person in share screen that I can just switch the controls to every 10 minutes, so basically we all have a chance to play at some point. I don't know if I have many other single player games to play through, but if there is a 4-player game that we can all do, I'd be down for that. Moving on to the second post I made 3 days ago. Just tap in, scroll to the bottom, and Cope is yet again the first to respond here. Not gonna lie, big mistake putting anything on the table for the Q&A. I'll gladly put in the most controversial question to make you regret your decision. I don't like how it cuts there. YouTube, I'm afraid to press read more. What is... Oh my god, no, you did not just ask that. Oh, I mean, I brought it on myself, didn't I? God damn. What is your stance on politics? Good luck tiptoeing your way around this one. Fuck. Yeah, that's like entirely my fault. I should not put anything on the table. Just to tread on this lightly, but firmly. God damn, I have to find a new session. Treading on this lightly, but firmly, where I have a minimal take as possible. Everyone in the political branch is just run by clowns. Another one from DGOT67. This is your 3rd. Will you ever use a face cam again? I've never used one for YouTube, but I did on Twitch between 2020 and 2022, which basically marked around the end of my PlayStation 4 era, so I have not touched it since. I'm unsure if it even works at this point, even if I wanted to do streaming with it again. Oh yeah, another perk of the camera. It only works when you're live. Very interesting gimmick. I don't know why I even bought it. Worst $140 I ever spent. Another one from Vanity Tryhard. Another repeat customer. Keep it up. I just realized I haven't even looked at my screen. We failed to connect to the session. Okay, let's try again. Are there any YouTube channels you associated with before you started creating content? Yes, my old friend, Mark the Red Panda. I actually edited a handful of videos for him. His top two were done by me and him in tandem. Pretty much, we just backseated the other while we were editing. And I just gave him ideas, he put them in, and he had some ideas. I told him to expand on those, and they were pretty good. I just realized the top two videos are parts 6 and 7. Like, how many times have I said 6, 7? Another one from Party Hardy. Yet another repeat customer. What was the first game and your favorite game you played on each gaming console you've ever owned? Oh, wait, that's a really good one. That's like really good. Yeah, I have had a lot of gaming consoles. Not really consoles in question like all of them, but I've had a lot of different platforms I've played on since childhood. I had a Nintendo Leapfrog, I believe in the year 2007. Cannot remember what the life of me the only game I played on that was. Maybe Leapfrog was the game. Then I had my dad's computer, which I downloaded some educational games. If anyone remembers the Jumpstart education games from early on in the 2000s, comment below. You are a real one. You just like me for real. The kindergarten game, I believe, was run by a dog character named Frank, and every time you completed a lesson, you earned a carrot. First grade game, I think you got Keys of Knowledge. Don't remember anyone's name in that game, but they were all genuinely pretty fun. If they made more games modern like that, I would definitely like revisit them for my children, if I ever have any at least. Moving on. That took a while, just move on from those two things. We have the Nintendo DSi in 2006. My favorite and first game was the Super Mario Bros. Next up, we have the Nintendo Wii. My first game, as I'm pretty sure everyone would know by pretty much default, is Wii Sports. That's pretty much what 90% of people play first on their Wii. So I'm just going to skip past Wii Sports and say my first game was Super Mario Bros. Wii version. I remember a detail that if you went back into Peach's castle around certain points of the game, you could review developer tapes that they made showcasing speedruns, star coins, and infinite one-ups. I remember watching those over, and at some point, whenever I was bored of the game, I just started recreating the developer routes. Next one after that would be the PS4 in 2013. First game, as I'm pretty sure I've advertised a thumbnail before, is Knack. That one is a real nostalgia trip. Sure, the game is nowhere close to perfect, especially for modern standards, but it holds a special place in my heart. Favorite game from that console, I'm pretty sure everyone here already knows. I'm playing it right now. Same for the PS5, but we'll just come back to that one later. Next, second to last, we have the 3DS, which my first game was the Mario Bros. 2 title. And my favorite being Super Mario Maker. I remember making quite a few levels that hit the object cap. I think it was around like 1,000 or something at the time. Wasn't really well optimized, but I think I made like some 10 levels of difficulty shit before it even got popular on YouTube. I'm not really trying to go in order, but that really has been mostly in order so far. And then last but certainly not least is the PS5, which I got in Christmas of 2021. As I said, favorite game for this console, well, I don't know if I can really count this one as a PS5 game. It literally says PS4 on the damn cover image. The first PS5 game I played, I believe, was Sackboy: A Big Adventure. I never finished the game, but it was good. And my favorite PS5 game, like specifically to the console, Deep Rock Galactic. The first time I played Deep Rock was on PS5, even though it came out several years prior. I'm so washed. What the hell? It's only been 2 weeks, man. Give me a break. Alright, next question. We have Jay in the Shadow P again. Fantastic. We need you. I love you, man. 5 questions coming in clutch. The first one. Have you ever played PvZ mod / fan games like Reflourished, DLC mod, or Fusion? I have never touched PvZ1 in my life, but I have played Reflourished. For a professional of PvZ, I probably should have at least gone over the concept of PvZ1 by now. Given myself a very bad look. I played Reflourished on PC, not the entirety of it, because I still have to do Assault Airspace, I believe it's called. I saw Wolfie tackled that a few months ago. The only reason I wouldn't put it on YouTube is because YouTube's a bit stupid with my computer. It only remembers my mobile account's password, and frankly, I just don't like the idea of putting in my information every time I have to just open YouTube. Question 2. What are your thoughts of Mining Gamer's new name, Astropulse? I was a bit skeptical of the change at first when I saw it a bit ago. I think it suits him better now that he's rebranded almost entirely to Astrobot cover images. Okay, I had to lock in for a sec. Speaking of Astrobot, that was pretty good. I think I'd revisit it in a bit of time. I haven't done Astro's Playroom though. I might just go over that as a playthrough on its own. Third, when are you gonna finish Knack? I currently have part 8 fully edited, and I'm going to think about doing part 9 very soon. As of now, it is the 16th of April, so I'm pretty sure there will be a hint of time at the start of whenever I actually do record it. I think I'll be recording part 9 within the coming days, but don't really count me on that. I might just entirely switch it up and just move my upload date to Christmas. Question 4. Will you do another walkthrough video in the future? I'm pretty certain I will. I just need to find the right game to do just solo. Question 5. Do you miss your old pal Jane? Of course I do, man. Ever since part 3 finished recording, I've asked the question, when do I get to see this guy again? I've got to record something with him again. Friend groups changed quite a bit without you, man. Alright, next up is Chris Bear. Question 1. Are you still playing PvZ games? No. Question 2. You playing on Xbox or PlayStation? PlayStation. PlayStation has been the superior console since 2012. Question 3. How old are you? I'm 22, going on 30. Question 4. What did you do when you ended making the videos on YouTube? I got a pretty niche diner job that paid pretty well and got me exquisite food throughout the week. I was expecting to be in there about 6 months, but it turned into 2 years, which I don't really mind. I really do dig the place. How long will you be there? I don't know. Tomorrow, 10 years. What's the difference? Oh, he did the jump res. I was questioning that for a bit. Alright, and the last comment is from Clash of Clans Addicts. I already asked everything I wanted to in the last post. Just calling to say it's great to see you finally coming back after so long. I've been watching since the Rift Apart playthrough, and I've enjoyed every video since then. Keep doing what you do best, and I'm hoping to see you push more content in the coming years. Thanks, man. Really glad to hear that. Take a heart on your comments. Alright, and that is the end of the Q&A. I was only expecting like 2 repeat customers, and that was all I was basing myself off of for this video. I was not expecting like 10 comments on each post. Honestly, I'm very surprised I have this much of a turnout since it's been like 3 years since I've posted anything at all. But yeah, that'll do it. I probably will never do a Q&A, at least for another 5 years or so. It has been quite a thrill coming back to this much support. I am really looking forward to pushing out more content in the future if I do actually stick around this time. Oh my god, I'm trash. What the hell happened? I was like top 100 not even a year ago, and now I'm this. Thank you everybody so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please hit the like button, subscribe, lend a few hype points, and just leave a comment about anything you feel like. I look forward to engaging with my audience after my video's done and dealt with. And with that all being said, we'll see you next time. Take care, everyone.